A very warm welcome to all the participants here who've joined us for this amazing session of understanding education loans. We've brought this particular session on demand from students and parents who've been struggling for very long on the idea of education loan. We're glad to bring this in association with one of the leading banks of the country, which is HDFC Bank, and we're very grateful for them to have accepted this offer from our behalf and come forward to share the knowledge with our students and parents. So, without much of a delay, my first thought when it comes to education loan, and when as a counselor, when we speak to students and parents about taking an education loan, is there is usually a lot of hesitation. There's usually a lot of nervousness around education loan, whereas we don't take a minute to think if we're buying a car. If you're buying a car, we most of us automatically think of taking a car loan. If you're buying a home, most of us automatically think of taking a home loan, probably because they're more explained better. They've become the norm. However, I feel that car is a depreciating asset. So the moment the car is moved out of the showroom, the value starts depreciating, and still we're taking a loan against it. Whereas a child who's going for education is an appreciating asset. The child's value is going to increase in future, and yet besides that, we still feel that we're not very sure or confident about taking the education loan. And to break those myths, to understand the process, the documentation, the do's, the don'ts, we have with us the entire team of HDFC Bank. So I would like to welcome Mr. Swadesh Ranjan, who's the Senior Vice President and Circle Head, Kanpur Circle. He has a rich experience of 16 plus years working in the Kanpur and Agra and Jhansi and adjoining areas. Thank you so much, sir, for joining in. We also have with us Mr. Sandeep, who's the cluster head for 14 branches of Kanpur and adjoining areas. Ms. Seema Gupta, who's been with the HDFC Bank for 17 plus years, and she's heading education loan for North and East. And to coordinate all of this, a big thanks to Ms. Aarti Advani, who's been kind enough to take this whole initiative forward. And she's the branch manager currently with the 12 plus years of experience in the banking industry. So a round of welcome to all of you. I would now like to invite Mr. Swadesh Ranjan to talk about HDFC Bank and the offerings. Swadesh sir, are you able to unmute yourself?
Yeah, hello. I guess I'm audible.
Yes, you're on. You
All
want
right.
me
So
to...
thank you very much, Kriti, and it's my pleasure to. Sorry, I'm sorry, I couldn't get you.
I'm saying, do you want me to share the screen, Swadesh sir?
I am not able to hear you, Kriti. I think there is some problem in network somewhere.
Am I audible to the participants? Aarti, could you check if I'm audible?
Yes. Now you're audible.
Okay, great. So I was just checking. Let me know when you want me to share the screen, and I'll handle the slides for you.
Okay. So I hope I'm audible now.
Yes, you are.
All right. So thank you very much, everyone, and it's a pleasure to be part of this webinar and the meeting. I would be very happy if the meeting could have been done on a physical. We can probably book some conference room or something else. Probably we can see each other and we can see the reaction of how things are going on. But anyway, in future we can probably look forward for have this kind of seminar at maybe some ballroom or somewhere. So once again, thank you for taking out time and joining this meet. So as a HDFC Bank, we are very proud to get associated with this kind of meeting, and we keep looking forward to meeting with this kind of So going forward, we also look forward to have associated with this kind of community where we can probably help and make them understand that what all products we offer. Also would like to give a brief on HDFC Bank, wherein we are present at 22 other places. So 22 branches we have in Kanpur, and there are some 60 odd ATMs we have. The overall customer base in Kanpur is approximately 2.5 lakh customers, which we cater through the 25 branches. Along with that, we also coming up with some 10 odd branches in Kanpur city. So that put together 10, we would be having some 35 branches. The overall balance sheet and the data I would not like to talk about, but yes, the overall scenario is doing very good, and the kind of profit we are getting quarter on year, this is something which we make ourselves very proud. Uh, the best thing about HDFC Bank is our NPAs. The NPAs are really less and less than compared to all across the banking scenario. In the recently, we got merged with HDFC Limited, wherein our standing in the global scenario, we became the 6th largest bank of the world. So that is how HDFC Bank is growing. Uh, the only thing is that we wanted to penetrate more and more into the semi-urban and rural location, wherein we are planning to come across. If we talk about Uttar Pradesh, we have approximately 700 branches, wherein we are present in almost all nook and corners, and we are also present into the lot of location where no other branches, no other banks branches are present. We call it unbanked locations. So we are also catering to those location and to the city. I mean, the smallest up country location nearby Kanpur, like Kanpur Dehat, or maybe Bitrur, or maybe Singpur. These kind of location we are catering with a similar kind of product. So the product availability is all across the same. If you talk about any up country location, any metro location, or any other location. So this is how it is. Since this particular discussion is about I mean most of the women's are here present in this discussion, so would like to highlight one of the product, which is our women's savings account. This is specially customized and designed for the women's, and wherein we give the accidental cover of 10 lakhs, plus we have a benefit on accidental hospitalization, and which is having the cash allowances of 1,000 per day for 10 days per year, and various other offers in terms of retail assets. If you take some loan, we give you the preferential rate. If you take the locker, we give you the discount on lockers. So this is specifically designed for the women's. So a lot of time what happens that everybody is having the same account. I mean, there is no bifurcation in other banks wherein we have one account for male and one account for female. So all accounts are more or less same. But here in HDFC Bank, we give you this particular account, which is specifically customized for the women's, housewives and working women, specifically for housewife, in fact. We also give the cashback. I mean, cashback means that whatever amount you are shopping through the debit card, you will get the 3,000 rupees cashback, approximately 1% cashback on every 100 rupees spent on fuels, apparels, insurance, education, and grocery. So that comes to a lot of savings you can do. Uh, we also have regalia card, credit card associated with this particular account. However, you can take the regalia card with any which ways. I mean, depending on your savings and depending on your overall expenses, how you spend, and basis that we customize the card and give it to the customers. But this particular card is having a lot of feature where we give the rental reversal for 30,000 rupees on a business, and you have a different kind of schemes going on wherein you can get the cashback, you will get the 3x reward points. If you go and shop an iPhone, so iPhone, there is a scheme going on a regalia card where you can save up till 25 to 30%. So that's a big saving, and that is specifically designed for the with a women savings account. All right. So beside this, we also have the privilege banking. So customers who are maintaining certain balances. So there are the different various parameters wherein if some customers are maintaining, say, 2 lakh rupees, so he get the relationship manager, dedicated relationship manager to the particular customer, wherein the doorstep banking is to be given, and a lot of other facilities comes in a bundle. So this is how we have designed specifically and customized for the women's. So these are the small features. And plus there are also the branches. So we are present in all nook and corners of Kanpur. As I said earlier, in that there are another 10 branches is coming. So we are trying to reach to as much as possible in Kanpur. So with 35 branches, we look forward that probably we can go ahead and meet you very soon. Okay. So thank you very much. This is all from my side. So I'm handing over to Seema, who heads the education loan, and she's there to discuss on how this education loan is beneficial to all of us, and what are the different processes to take this education loan, and what are the repayment terms. So over to you, Seema. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Seema, are you there?
Seema, are you there?
We also have Vishal from the team, Kriti. I think she's facing some network issues. So
Okay, by the
Vishal
time
can
Seema
speak in
is
the meantime.
joining us,
I think Seema is
I would
back.
like to talk more.
I think
Yeah,
Seema
Yeah,
is
sorry
back.
guys, sorry. There was a call coming in, so this is the issue with Zoom.
Yeah, Seema, can
As
you
soon as we
please?
get a call, yeah. Can you hear me, guys? Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So
Yeah. You are very
okay.
much audible, Seema.
Yeah, thank you, Sudesh. Thank you so much, and thank you, Arti, for putting this up, gathering the entire setup for wherein you're having education loan also to participate. Now, I'll just give you guys a brief of what kind of a product my bank offers. So in education loan, so technically it is for taking education. Of course, that's the basic one. Has if you want to study whether within the country or outside country, both ways, we offer a loan towards both your education, your tuition fees, etc., and in certain scenarios towards a living expense also. So we, for certain cases, certain education, certain institutes, we offer up to 100% finance. That is one important feature of our bank. But however, this is not available for each and every institute. Certain top, I'll say the top 50 institutes in the world, so top 50 universities in the world, we offer 100% finance. And we are also offering unsecured loans. So you can, it's not necessary to provide a security. However, with a security, it becomes easier to fund our education, which is not a part of these top 50 institutes. Uh, education loan comes with our product comes with a very flexible repayment options. We offer moratoriums also. Again, moratorium is available only for very high end education. Otherwise, we offer very flexible repayment. There are certain scenarios wherein we allow you to make only the interest payment in the initial while the student is studying. There are certain education wherein we allow EMI to be paid only after the completion of education. So there is a various variety available depending on the customer's requirement, depending on the type of education he's taking. The processing is pretty fast. We quickly process your application as soon as we start interacting. It's depending again depends how quickly you are able to give us the basic documentation. We can process your loan within 7 to 10 working days. Um, in terms of providing you facility, we offer for our internal customer the entire loan journey is post disbursal is available on net banking. So on a later date, if you want to take out your tax certificate, you can take it out. You want to know how much interest you've paid, that you can see. Everything you can see in net banking. So that's one feature is available. However, it is available only to internal customers. So I'm presuming that everyone who takes a loan will certainly open your account and make you an internal customer. So everything relating to your loan is available on your net banking. So you don't need to, come hover around here and there and call center or roam about, understand, feel any hassle. It's available online, and all the students these days are very tech friendly. So that the digital access is something which is very useful for everyone. See now, in terms of the tenure that we provide, it's the maximum tenure is 15 years. That is like, again, on a very top 50 institutes. But usual tenure is about 7 years, and up to 10 years is what they provide. So usually, that's 7 years is a very good enough tenure for a regular course. In terms of the cost of taking a loan, which is usually a processing fee, we do not charge processing fee for domestic cases. For all international cases, if you want to go abroad, we initially charge fees. However, we charge 1% plus taxes fee. However, this is refunded at the time of disbursal. The objective is to charge you a fee such that there is a sincere seriousness and you're not making an application just as a beginning, as a start to obtain a visa, etc. So that's the reason why we initially charge a fee. However, at the time of disbursement, it is refunded in full. Tax benefits, you're any which ways aware that there is a Section 80 tax benefit available to the person who repays the loan. So whether it is the student or the parent, whosoever repays the loan gets a tax benefit. There is no limit for a tax benefit. You take as much, whatever is the principal that you're referring, whatever is the interest you're paying, that goes for tax rebate. In terms of flexibility of loan closure, so till the time the EMI, once the EMI starts, you can make a repayment. You want to make a part repayment. Suppose you've taken a loan of say 10 lakhs and your EMI has started and you want to repay 2 lakhs, you can do that. You want to close the loan. Suppose you've got a very good job and you want to go abroad or you want to migrate and you want to just close your loans, that also you can do once the EMI starts. So that is the basic feature of our loan. Basic premise. Now, a lot depends on the kind of education you're going to and the country you're going to. Within the country, it again depends on the kind of education you're taking and the kind of institute you're going to. And another important aspect of any loan is the income that supports that loan. So while we understand that that the student will study and then get a job and thereafter start repaying the loan, that's the basic premise of an education loan. However, when we are funding, we need to ensure that the fund that we are given comes back to the bank. So there has to be some guarantee. So that guarantee normally is a parent who we would want to take the parent on loan. The parent's income, etc., is also assessed, and basis that the loan is appraised. Once the loan is appraised, thereafter the disbursal is done. Depending on it is done directly to the college, and in foreign cases, there is a different process that we will let you know once we go further in the application. So that is all about the product that we have. If you guys have any questions, anything that comes to your mind, you can please ask. We have Vishal also with me. Vishal is my team member who interacts directly with the customers. So if you have any questions between me and Vishal, we will try to address them.
Thank you, Seema. Thank you. That was really a quick and a brief summary on how HDFC Bank gives out education loans, and I think this process looks much simpler than what most of us think. I'll just begin to ask few questions that I have from my experience that parents ask us, and then we'll follow it up with few questions that have come to me in my chat box. So the first question that most parents want to understand is that when they're taking an education loan, when does the repayment period start? Does it start immediately from the time of disbursal of the loan, or does it start at the time of when the child finishes the education, or does it start when the child picks up the first job? What is typically the time when they have to start repaying the loan?
Hi,
See,
good evening, everyone.
Yeah, Vishal will answer this. Yeah, Vishal.
So, as we have told you, we have flexible repayment option. So it depends on course, country, and loan amount. If any student who is planning for undergrad program, so EMI will get started immediately after loan disbursement. There is no moratorium. If any student is planning for post-graduation program, then there is an option of principal moratorium, or if they are willing to provide us some collateral security, then we have an option of full moratorium also. So it depends on course, country, and loan amount.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. That was helpful. The second
Course
question,
country and loan.
post country and the loan amount, right?
Yeah.
And the loan amount. Yeah.
Super. I think that will stay as a pointer for everyone. The next question that most parents ask is, what is the typical timeline required to get the loan processing done? Considering that, in the last 2 years, a lot of students have received delays in getting their final mark sheets and hence the final offers, and then there is very less time left for visa application, and once only they have final offers, they're able to apply for the loan. So what is the typical timeline for the loan application, and what are the basic documents? I understand case to case the documentation may vary, but what are the standard basic documents required for an application of education loan?
Okay,
So, like,
Kriti, I will take you through the delay aspect. The list of documents that is needed that Vishal will tell you. See, the turnaround time is completely dependent on the way the application is submitted. Okay, so there is a documentation which is required. At times, the student does not submit the entire documentation that is mentioned. Okay, so I ask for say bank statement of 6 months, for example, and the student shares a bank statement of 3 months. So for you, for the person who has made an application, he will believe that there is a delay that is happening. For a bank, the process cannot begin. If I have to process that, I have to take a deviation. Taking a deviation depends on the document. Okay, if I have to deviate on something, I have to understand the capability of the document or the capability of the person. When you're doing a loan, you have to see two things: the intention of to pay and the capability to pay. Right. So when I ask for documents, there is a very simple list of papers needed. Delay normally would not happen provided the documentation is complete. Now, second reason for a delay could be the document received when we appraise them. Okay, so suppose you've submitted, I'm just giving you a general example. Suppose I'm appraising a bank statement, and in the bank statement, I see that there are certain returns, the check returns are there, or there is an EMI which is getting returned, or at times, there is an investment, you've done a SIP and the SIP is returning. You're not able to pay your SIP. These are the certain things which make us believe that there could be a stress at the customer's end, right? So those are the things now that there could be we run a CIBIL of every customer. So the CIBIL is run and you realize that there is the customer is stressed or is having certain loans, or there is a certain delays, there are certain substandard loans, etc., or some credit card delays are there, etc. So all that if it comes, then we have to have an interaction with the customer. When we are having an interaction, it depends how quickly we are able to resolve the query. So no bank would want to delay your application. That's not just with my bank, with anywhere. Whosoever, wherever you apply, nobody wants to delay your application. Your application gets delayed because of want of some document. So if you're good at understanding the document day one, your chances of getting the loan approved quickly will be much, much better. Now Vishal will take you through the documents that are needed. Yeah, Vishal, over to you.
So documentations are also depending upon the loan requirement. Okay, if any student wants to apply for like 3 or 4 lakh rupees loan, so we just need KYC documents of the parents and 6 months of bank statement, ITR, Form 16, salary slips. So these all documents are not required. For the student documents part, we just need student KYC documents, qualification proof like 10th onwards mark sheet, 10, 12, graduation, or admission proof. So if they want to apply for more than 4 lakh rupees, then other financial documents are also required. That is like ITRs, bank statement. If a co-applicant is salaried, then we need Form 16, salary slip. So these are the documents.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Seema and Vishal. That was really a crisp answer, and I think that will help a lot of parents in understanding where the delays happen and what kind of documentations they should be looking at. My next question that I have received from one of the parents here is that at what stage can they start thinking of making an application? As soon as they have an offer, or once they receive the final confirmation from the university after the board results or after the graduation degree, and then when they are activating the visa stage?
So we need confirmed admission proof. If they want to apply for the loan, so they will have to provide confirmed admission proof. So
Okay.
in confirmed, if we are talking about international loans, so there are two types of admission letter: conditional and unconditional. So we just need unconditional letter to process any loan application.
Thank you. The next question that has come from one of the parents is that I'm a single parent and I have very limited assets in my name. What are the kind of non-collateral possibilities and collaterals that I can submit for the loan?
So if ITRs are available, then they can apply for more than 4 lakh rupees loan. If in any case there is no ITR, no other financial documents are required, then they can apply for 4 lakh rupees, up to 4. So we just need bank statement and KYC documents of parents and student documents.
So, but Vishal, just adding to this question, typically if a student is going for a university abroad, the tuition fee will be much larger than the 4 lakh amount. So in case the parent may not have an ITR, being a single parent or something, will a loan amount not exceed 4 lakh? I'm just trying to rephrase the question again.
Of additional co-applicant, if like a father or mother are not filing any ITR, so we can take their blood relative as a co-applicant who is working, who is having financial documents.
And these blood relatives, for our understanding, could be grandparents, brothers and sisters,
A brother, sister, maternal uncle, paternal uncle. So
and
they will,
maternal and
yes.
paternal grandfathers, grandfather, grandmother.
So we'll not take grandfather as a co-applicant because there is some age norms also there.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. The last question here is that in a scenario where I'm not able to find a job immediately after the completion of my program, but my parents are ready to start paying the EMIs, is that possible?
Yes, it is very much possible, and we have only this option. Like we'll give 6 months of grace period after course completion.
Okay.
So 6 months grace period is for looking for any job. Like once 6 months will get completed, we'll start our EMI on the 7th month onwards. So whether you have got the placement or not, your parents will have to pay EMI.
Super, super. Great, fantastic. I think those are the questions that came in my chat box directly. Just to add here, students, HDFC Bank also offers forex exchange cards, currency cards. So when you're traveling to any country, you will obviously be opening a student account in that particular country bank. But while you're going from India to that particular country, you will need to carry forex. And HDFC also offers that solution. So like Seema was saying that, if you're applying for a loan, they will automatically convert you into an internal customer. So the point that I'm wanting to make is you could have all solutions at one place where you could have your banking, loan, and foreign currency exchange happening, because it's a very seamless process that they offer. So that's just the last point I wanted to add to this whole presentation. Anything, any student, any parent wants to ask, you can please unmute yourself at this stage. The chat questions, I think, are over, the ones that came to me. Okay, there's one more question that has come to me. If all the documents are perfect, what is the standard time in disbursing the loan?
So, and like we are able to process any loan application within 2 working days if all documents are ready.
2 working days.
Yes.
Oh, that's very quick. Superb. So I hope that question is answered. Any other questions? Students, you can put it in the chat box or send it directly to me. Thank you for mentioning that it's clear to you. You can put it to everyone or directly to me, or you can unmute yourself at this stage to answer, to get clarity. Please utilize this opportunity because the bankers have come to your doorstep to get you the right solutions. So use the most of this opportunity, ask whatever you want to, and make wise and informed decisions when you're applying for loans. Because we keep getting so many calls from you now and then, ma'am, isme kya karna hai, usme kya karna hai. Here the bankers are sitting to help you. So don't shy away. Ask questions, whatever are there in your head. Okay, so I think we don't have any further questions.
So, Kriti, this is Swadesh. So, in case right now, if anybody is not having any question and later on they come across in some kind of query, probably they can either route it to you or they can probably visit to the nearest branch. We can cater all those questions. I understand because it's the first kind of interaction, so people hesitate and ask a question. So no worries, they can directly come to the branch and they can put up their question, or they can directly WhatsApp to you and you can get in touch with us. So that's not a problem. Also on another thing, on the foreign exchange part, so we have a customized card. So we call it Forex Card, okay, and this is multi-currency card. So there is no need to carry the cash for the students. Okay, so they can probably, I would recommend they should preferably taking that multi-currency card, which is can be used in across world globally. It is acceptable, and that is the price wise also is cheaper. Third thing, that since the lot of students are here, so I would like to wish them all the very best for their future assignments. Also, I would like to make a small brief on the student account. We have the student account as well. Okay, we call it youth account, and that youth account is also having a lot of features. So these features contains, it says that the loan ke upar, there are some separate discounts. There are debit card. They are, since they are falling into the millennia generation, so we have specifically designed a millennia card for them, and that's very attractive. It's a lot of features. So I want that I wish that if they can probably go to the nearest branch and they can inquire about this youth savings account. So that's very much accessible for them, and whenever they are going out across the globe anywhere, so this card is acceptable and they can run their account there also, and they can do all kind of transactions. I mean, the parents can probably send those money to their accounts directly, and they can use the same as well. So I think that is one of the best feature we have. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Swadesh sir. There's one more
from me.
question that has come in, and before I take that, I'll just add this point that I think thank you so much for bringing this point here, especially for students who are planning to study in India, or for students who are planning to go to Canada. You will need to have an account in your own name. So HDFC is offering this amazing option for you with great features. Utilize it. And when I say Canada, especially because for Canada student account, you will need to have an Indian student account in your own name. Your parents' account cannot be linked to your Canadian student account. So you will need to have an Indian student account in your name only in case of Canada. For the rest of the countries, your parents' account can be clearly linked. And obviously, if you're in India, you will need to have your student account in your own name. So this is a beautiful option that Swadesh sir has offered. Now, moving to the last question, because there's one more question that has come in the chat box, is if a student has applied for an education loan, will they be able to cancel it the same in case they get 100% scholarship is received, or any other source of sponsorship has been received by them?
Yes, they can cancel it anytime, but will charge processing fees.
So the 1% processing fees that FEMA
processing fees. Yes.
Okay. So I hope that question is answered, Anirudh. You asked it. So if you can definitely cancel the loan that you applied for in case you receive any kind of scholarship, 100%, 50%, 80%, whatever amount. But yes, there will be processing fees. The 1% processing fees will be applicable in that case. But you have that flexibility. So wonderful. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in, and a special thanks to HDFC Bank and Aarti. Aarti, would you like to sum up today's session before I give my final note?
Yeah. Thank you so much. Good evening. I would just like to thank everyone for taking out their valuable time to attend our session. Thank you so much to my seniors, Swadesh sir and Sandeep sir, for taking us through all the details of HDFC Bank. Thank you, Seema and Vishal, for giving such a clear perspective to everyone across here about education loan. And a special thank you to you, Kriti, for organizing this informative seminar. I just hope that we are able to give clarity to all the parents as well as the students, which should benefit them and their families. We hope that this is going to be a start of an amazing relationship between Kriti, her students, and HDFC Bank. Thank you so much, Kriti.
Hoping for the same. Wish this seminar begins the new journey, and we will be posting the recording of the seminar on all our social media channels, including Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, so that it reaches maximum audience for maximum benefit. And for any further queries, like Sudesh sir said, you can either reach out to me, or we will put in Aarti's contact numbers also as a single point of contact from HDFC Bank, so that all the queries can be routed and you know that your queries can be handled with safe authorities. So thank you once again for joining in. Have a very good evening.